Happy Tuesday, City Slickers! I wanted to start off by saying that I have loved seeing you all's pictures on our new picture sharing site. Um, been super cool. Good job going down that big hill on your scooter. Connor, I'm so proud of you for sleeping in your tent. Mila, your rainbow looked amazing. Let's see, who else did I see? James, you can come do yard work at my house if you want. Miss Melissa's cake looked delicious. Miss Erica's puppy dogs were super cute. Um, let's see. I saw Naomi was doing pajama day today, which is exciting. I might do that too. And anybody that I might have missed, I saw your pictures and I really loved them. So keep sharing those because me and Miss Melissa and everybody else in the class really likes to see what you guys are up to. Today, for our activity, we're going to do something that's a little bit harder. And I think you guys can handle it, but you might need a little help from moms and dads. So try your best to do it by yourself, but if you need help, I don't be afraid to ask. So for today, we're going to do something called origami, which is a cool way to fold paper in order to make things. And today we're going to make something called a bookmark. If you don't know what a bookmark is if I was reading a book, let's say I was reading The Pigeon Wants a Puppy. And I was reading and reading and sitting in my room, and my mom or dad told me that it was time for me to come do something. A bookmark would be something that I put on my page so that I know where I stopped. So today we are going to make bookmarks that look like monsters. How cool is that? So at the end you're going to have a little monster bookmark and you'll be able to put it on your page. Hold on, I'll show you in just 1 second. Just like that. You can close your book. And when you go back to it, you'll know where you were. You'll say, oh, there's my monster bookmark. And you can open right back up to the page where you were. So, watch the steps. If you have to watch it more than one time, that's totally okay. You can make as many as you want. You can decorate it however you want. You can choose whatever colors you want. I want to see everybody is trying. All right? Cool. All right, friends. So I'm going to move through this kind of slowly so that you guys can do it together with me. Instead of you watching it and then you going to do your activity, I want us to work together on it. So you're going to need 4 things to start with. You're going to need a piece of paper. If you don't have construction paper, printer paper is okay too, so that white paper. But if you want to have a colored monster, then you can do construction paper. So you can do a piece of paper, a marker, a pair of scissors, and glue. So you need 4 things. You need glue, scissors, marker, and a piece of paper. Okay. Our very first job is to make our paper go horizontal, so I want the long sides to be going from left to right. We're not going to make it tall. We're going to make it long. Okay. And your first step is to fold it in half. So I want this side to match up with this side. So we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to push down this big bubble. So it should look something like this. All right, when you folded it in half, I want you to open it back up and you should see a line going straight down the middle. Everybody see that line? Okay, pick up your scissors and I want you to cut on that line. When you have 2 pieces of paper, you can pick which one you want because we don't need both. We only need one for right now. So you can take that paper, the extra paper, and just put it to the side. Don't throw it away because you might want to make another one. All right. Our next job is to fold our paper in half again. But this time, I want my paper to be tall. So the long sides are going away from my body. We're going to take it from the bottom and we're going to fold it up to the top. And just like before, I want you to push that bubble down. Boop, boop. I'm going to wait just a second to let everybody catch up. All right, after it's folded, I want you to open it back up like we did last time. And you should see again that there's a line in the middle of your paper. See how mine has a line right there? Okay, this is a little tricky, so use your looking eyes. Take the corner of your paper and we're gonna fold our corner to this line. So I want the corner of my paper to go to the line like this. And we're gonna make it smooth. Okay, see how the top of my paper lines up with this line and the corner touches it? Ready, watch. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time on the other side. Take the corner and we're gonna make it go to this middle line. And it should line up with this other triangle that we just made. Take your corner and go to that middle line. And fold down those bubbles again. So your paper should look something like, kind of like a hat. Just like that. So we had a rectangle, we took those corners and we folded them down. All right, everybody take your marker. I want you to put one hand on your flaps. Open up your marker first. Put one hand on your flaps and I want you to draw a line right where you see this line from your other paper or from your folds. So you're just gonna draw a straight line. Kind of like tracing like we do in school. So all I did, guys, was I turned my paper to the side, I put my hand on my flaps that I just made, and I drew a line right there at the bottom. So when you open back those things, you should see a black line all the way across your paper, or whatever color marker you used. And what we're gonna do now is take our scissors and we're gonna cut on that line. That piece you can put with the other piece that we aren't using. All right, so on your paper now, you should see 3 lines. You should see one that's going diagonal, one that's going straight up and down, and one that's going the other direction. Your job right now is to cut the middle line. That's this one right here in the middle that's going straight up and down. Do not cut the ones that are going to the corners. Cut the one that's going straight up and down. I'm gonna wait and let some friends get through that part. All right, so right now we have 2 pieces of paper. These could be 2 different bookmarks. So we're gonna pick one that we want to use right now, and you can put the other one to the side. I'm picking this one. We're gonna wait on those friends to finish up that last cut and then we'll move on. All right, so in front of you, you should have a square. A square has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and they are all the same length. They are all the exact same length, and they are all straight. So right now, we're going to fold this square in half, and we're going to make it into a new shape. Let's see if you guys can figure out what that new shape is called. So take your square, just like we practiced in the beginning, we're going to line this side up with this side. We're going to fold it in half. And you're going to push down that bubble. See if you guys can figure out what shape you guys made. It was a square. What is that now? It has 2 long sides and 2 shorter sides. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides total, and they're all straight lines, which makes it a rectangle. This is a rectangle. So when you have your rectangle, what we're going to do is do something a little silly. We're going to make it into another shape again. Are you ready? Just like we did last time, we're going to fold it in half. Here we go. Make this side line up with this side. What did we make? A square, right? It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and they're all the same length. So we had a square, then we made a rectangle, then we made another square. So I want you guys to open that up. And now you should see 4 different squares with your lines. Let's see. Here's 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares. I want you to pick a square, and with your marker, I want you to outline it, which means I want you to follow the lines that you see. So I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to follow my lines. Just like that. And when you're done following those lines, I want you to cut it out. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to follow only the lines that I made. And when I get to the end of the line, I'm going to stop. Follow, 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 stop. Now I'm going to go over to the other side to follow my other line. Follow, 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 stop at the end of my line. So now your shape, your origami shape should look something like this. All right, this is another part that's going to be a tad bit tricky, but I think that you guys can handle it. Okay, so on your paper, we should have what looks like 3 different squares that are all connected. Here's a square, here's a square, and this is a square. Okay. What I want you to do is take the outside point right here, and I want you to fold it in just like this. To make it into a triangle. So you should have a square and a triangle. And then I want you to do the same exact thing to this one over here. Take the outside corner, fold it in. So your shape should look like this. I have a square and 2 triangles. All right, so now you're going to take your triangle or one of your triangles and you're going to fold it down like that. And then I want you to take your glue and I want you to put some glue on the top of it. Putting glue on the top of that triangle that I just folded down on top of my square. So I was like this. I took my triangle and I folded it on top of my square like that. Okay. Now I want you to take this triangle and fold it down on top of the other triangle like this. And then, after you've glued that down and after the glue has dried a little bit, let it dry for a few minutes before you start messing with it. But you should have a little bookmark. Let's see if it works. I have my paper, I have my book. I'm reading my book, looking at what the pigeon's up to. I gotta go see what my mom and dad want. So I slip it onto the corner, close my book, and did it work? Let's see. Can I find where I was? Check it out, it did work. But does that look like a monster? No. So now it's up to you what you want to do. When I did mine, I got some other construction paper and I cut up to make him a mouth. I gave it some teeth. I gave it some eyes. I gave it some horns. But now it's totally up to you what you want to do. If you don't want to cut up construction paper, you can use markers. If you don't want to make it a monster, you can make it a frog or a bunny rabbit or anything that you want to do. But I want you guys to work on decorating these to something that you really like. And then if you can, see if mom and dad can post a picture to show me or Miss Melissa. I'm super excited to see how you guys do with these. I know that it's not super easy peasy, but I want you to remember that it's really good for your brain and really good for your finger muscles and getting ready for kindergarten. So I can't wait to see what you guys make.